What's up, you guys? Are not gonna believe this shit. I'm gonna get you close to it so you can see it real quick. I might be late for work, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it, dude. I gotta show you guys this shit. This car got struck by lightning. I shit you not. I mean, look at that fucking thing. Y'all see that? Look at the whole front end. It's got problems, man. I mean, all right. So where I live, it's the highest. How do you say it? It's the most amount of lightning strikes out of anywhere in the world, I guess. Maybe it's the United States. I'm not sure, but I'm fairly certain that this place gets more lightning strikes than anywhere else. So I'm driving to work. This has nothing to do with why I went live. Nothing to do with why I went live. And that's why it was kind of cool about live, because you never know, man. Some shit could go down. And apparently, something did. At first, I thought, how did they get that car there? It looks like the motor's gone. And then I look down on the pavement, and there's a bunch of meltedness on the pavement. So yeah, we have the most lightning strikes in this area, and you know, apparently they strike vehicles too sometimes. What up? What up? Good morning, Dia Dare. Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, Uproar. Rusty. All good to see your smiling faces this morning. So the video I released yesterday, man, what y'all think about that? It's done quite well. Damn near up to 3,500 views in a night, so that's pretty good. I was real happy with that. Good morning, Nana. Just talked to her on the phone. And Eric, what's good? All right, so you guys got the first glimpse of the little change that I made to the 6 phases when it comes to the blend. All right, I've decided that there is a need for people to see these guidelines, and I think at the end of the day, it's going to make things a little bit easier. So what's going to happen too is a lot of people are wondering why I did the 2 clicks. Now, you're going to need some visual aids for me to really explain this, but the reason why I said put your guideline in with 2 clicks rather than a fully one open is because it's going to dissipate each guide a little bit better, and in the half and the 1, there's a little bit of overlap. And just to briefly explain what I mean by that, a 1 closed and a half open. Which one's longer? Go ahead. What up, Wavy Cuts? Good to see you, man. He said 9.8 CT rate. Boom. He said, I love how you condensed all the phases like that. And that's the thing, is like, I'm going to release videos that are going to kind of target certain phases. Like the video that I'm working on right now, it has a lot of clipper over comb and a lot of shear over comb, and that's technically phase 2. So the order in which I've decided to do this is phase 1 just means it's a debulking phase. It also means you're going to put your skin line in that phase. You're going to use your electric shaver. Phase 1 is a thing that everybody can get through. It's very simple. I don't think there's a whole lot of people out there who are learning how to cut hair who would have troubles understanding that. And phase 2, I designated phase 2 entirely to clipper over comb and shear over comb. 2 techniques that are similar, yet fairly different. And each one of these needs to be understood quite well. All right. So just as it pertains to phase 2, also, I wanted to ask you guys, how many of you guys that are comfortable with clipper over comb? I want to know how many of you are comfortable with clipper over comb and if you use it with a guard. Do you keep a guard on your clipper when you do clipper over comb? I'll give you my opinion in a second once I see a comment or 2 roll through. So phase 3. Phase 3 simply means cutting the top, which is also what this next video is going to show: cutting the top, clipper over comb, shear over comb. So phase 3, cutting the top. Now, the thought behind my system is we created phase 1, the starting point. Phase 3, the ending point. Phase 2 is the connection between, say, the number 2 and the parietal ridge area. That connection's being made right there. And that is nice because that gets everything out of the way that's complicated. And then we can dive in and we can do phase 4, the blend. We don't have to worry about nothing other than the blend, right? Phase 5, the edge up. Phase 6, razor and enhancement. So somebody said we're going to add a phase 7. I'm curious. There is like sub videos in between. Like, for instance, when I'm doing the skin line video, I try to point people to the skin line positioning video just to show you guys where you should be setting your skin lines, some tips about how you could be setting your skin lines, why I curve them, all those little nuggets. Those little nuggets are in there. So those are sort of like little offshoots, sub phases. So that's the bread and butter of the system, and that's why we're doing it in that route. I wanted to have the starting point and cut the top in phase 3, the ending point. And this is kind of me put together from a lot of years of practice, a lot of years of doing this, and taking some advice from some other great educators as well, and making it into my own. One of the people who suggested to cut the top first, which I never did before, was Barber. A great I love Barbers. I think they're just a great group of guys out there. And if you guys are not following the Barber, go ahead and do yourself a favor and follow those guys. But he made a pretty convincing argument about why you should cut the top first, and I kind of got to agree with it. So my thought was, if I did the clipper over comb first, and if I did the shear over comb first, when I go to cut the top, there's going to be less to cut, costing me less time. So that allows us to get down to the business of actually fading and blending. What up, Amber? That gets us down to the business of fading and blending. And when we get into that area, that is going to be one of the more complicated areas. And one of the reasons is there is not a specifically set, perfectly way for you guys to do it every single time, okay? And there just isn't. But if you guys take my system, you can use parts of my system for certain situations that work for it, all right? We're going to lose everybody for a second. We're driving into the dead zone. But I know you're all still there, man. It just does this weirdness. So he said, I lack confidence on going full barber. Don't make me snap. He said, I used to use a guard, and now I manipulate the comb more. I like that. Going back to your comments, personally, I don't think you should use a guard at all. When I do clipper over comb, the only thing I want to know is anything that sticks through that comb is getting cut off. That's the only thing I really care about knowing. And you're not going to make a mistake after you practice it. But I don't like to put a number 1 on and do clipper over comb so that I have to guess how much is coming off comb plus the number 1. There's no reason for it. And if you can use anchor points and brace on the head, like we talk about clipper over comb, shear over comb, anchor points are going to be the key to you keeping your comb a perfect distance away from the head. All right, and then there will be no need to add a guard, just because adding a guard is, in my opinion, it could make me sloppy. It could make me sloppy. So, the whole purpose of clipper over comb, one of the foundations of clipper over comb, I should say, is not banging into your comb. You're going to be very careful how you approach your comb, and you're going to be twice as careful when you know that if you push into it, you're going to create a bald spot. Full show. Man's place is getting busy, man. There's new business every 2. I just see a new 7-Eleven popping up. New 7-Eleven coming through. Just what we needed. Man, it's funny how that works. All right, so somebody a little bit earlier, he was talking about, I lack he said, I lack the confidence to go full-time barber. That comment, I'm trying to find it, who said it. But I said, don't make me snap. So I'll just touch on a little bit of what I touched on last week. But basically, in life, there comes time where we need to make a decision where we can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. We're running, we're kind of thinking, hey, sometimes I'll be this, sometimes I'll do that. And it just doesn't work that way. Like, life just doesn't work that way. It doesn't really make a difference what you commit to. Like, if you want to commit to your other job, commit to it. Commit to it fully and grow in that job. There's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody has to do this for a living. But if this is something that makes you happy and you could see a high upside to it like I did, commit to this thing. Go all in. Eat, sleep, and breathe it. Do all the things that you need to do. Set goals and reach the goal. What I like about setting goals, I got a friend out there, he might be watching right now. And we work out together. And we've set a goal for him yesterday. And now that we set a goal for him, we know what we need to do because we have a goal in mind. All right? We've set the goal, and that'll keep you honest. And then you can ask yourself, am I doing shit that's helping me reach this goal, or am I doing shit that's pushing me further away from this goal? And every day, you need to do it. So if you decide to go full-time into barbering, write it down. Write down your goal. What's it going to be? What am I going to do? What are the steps that I'm going to take daily to make it so that I'm successful and make it so that this was the right decision? All right? He said, I clip her over, combed on a kid. He moved. Bam. Spot. Now I'm the bad guy. It's okay, man. It's okay. Listen. Kids are going to move. Birds are going to fly. Fish are going to swim. Shit's going to happen. And I am going to tell you guys I'm going to tell you guys one of the most embarrassing stories about myself where I made a mistake in my next upload. So I don't really want to blow it. I don't really want to blow it right now. But trust me, whatever dumb shit that you guys have done, whatever mistakes you have made, I bet it doesn't even compare. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. We have all made mistakes, but I'm going to tell you guys this one more again. Rome was not built by a single dude. And at the end of the day, your business is not built off of a single client. Doesn't matter what that client does. Doesn't matter how mad that client is that you messed up his hair. And all these people think they got all these friends that are going to put you out of business, and that's just not going to happen. It's not. You can mess up as many times as you want. And anybody who's going to sit around and act like they ain't never made no mistake before, like they were just born to do this, and since the beginning they were just great. There's never been any mistakes. Like they're just spinning yarns. They're just telling lies. Like, I'm telling you the real. You can make a mistake, and even I can make a mistake, and any one of these guys can easily make a mistake. So at the end of the day, let's remind ourselves, you're cutting hair, and the hair is going to grow back. So no matter what kind of dumb shit you do to the hair, it's coming back. All right? And that person's going to live. He's going to be all right. So at the end of the day, just do the best that you can and take the pressure off of making those mistakes. Really. Because at the end of the day, you're not doing heart surgery. You're not a surgeon. And as much as we build this up in our head, like if we were to make a mistake, it would just be so mortifying. I would be so embarrassed. This guy would have bad hair. Oh my God, all these things would happen. People would talk about me. But just listen to that. That's all the ego. That's all just the ego that you got. I'm too good to make a mistake. I'm too great at this. I've learned too much. I've watched too many YouTube videos. I got hopped up on the Eddie Barber. I was thinking I could do that. So what? So what? You made a mistake. So what? What are you going to tell your kid when they fall down, when they start walking? Fuck, dude, you fell down. Don't get back up because you could fall down again. Don't get back up, son. Man, you made a mistake in that sport. Just quit. Just quit the sport, right? You see what I'm saying? Isn't that the funny shit? He said, my mess up one time, I asked the guy for a 5 on top. I accidentally grabbed a 2. I've done that. Yeah, Gamma came out with the new clipper. I got the boost. I thought you were talking about the other clipper. Now I've had the what do you call it? I had the vector motor on a clipper on a prototype. All right? And that thing's pretty nasty, and we're gonna see what's gonna go on. But Run Barber released a video about it, so I'm interested. Now I'm actually that's part of what I'm releasing in. I think it's coming in 2 weeks, but I have the boost, I have the Rebel, and I'm doing a little something fun with it, and I think you guys gonna enjoy it. He said, down here we call it gin up in the Bahamas, as if you want gin. I like that, man. Gin up. The pursuit of perfection leads to disappointment. Exactly, JD. I mean, that's the thing. We're all so scared to fail and build this up in your mind as if it's like the most important thing in the world, that the world sees me exactly right, which really just tells me that you're more concerned about how the world's seeing you than you are about your own personal happiness, about your own personal ability to succeed in this. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, we got us an accident, y'all. So I had an eastbound on a Mockley Road next to I-75. There appears to be some congestion that's going to prevent Mr. Eddie Barber from getting to work on time. But that's okay, because I just hang out with you people. And I hope that my first client was not one that I planned on filming, because I got a couple film-worthy clients today. I'm kind of excited. The way that I was able to film that. Oh shit, he's right there. That's my client right there. He spotted me. So yeah, I do want to film him. That's my client right there. So he knows that I'm not late because I'm late. And if he's late, I swear I won't cut him. I will not cut him. I'm going to pull up next to him and tell him, dude, you better not be late. He's going to be like, what the hell? This is going to be funny. I hope I don't rear end this guy trying to catch up to him. Where you going, fool? That's so funny. I was going to pull up to him and tell him, I'm not cutting your hair if you're late, I swear. Even though we're both in the same traffic jam. He said a client asked for a 4 on the sides, and I hit it with the 000. In the end, he said it was the best cut. He said, how long did it take you to grow your mullet? You know, I sort of forgot when I began growing the mullet. I kind of forgot about that. But it's gotta be like 3-4 months. 3 months at least. All right, here he goes. I might catch up to him. You better not be late.
Really?
If you're late, I'm not cutting your hair.
Okay.
I'll see you in a few.
I thought that was you back there when I passed you.
Yeah.
When I passed the truck, and I was like, that looks like Eddie.
That's funny. So he said, gin up in the Bahamas, man. I like that. You know, that's pretty funny, man. The way shit goes down in life, it's funny, man. We're all sitting in the same traffic jam. You know, this is something, hopefully, that bothers me about traffic. And I'm just going to let you guys know, since you got me ranting and raving a little bit earlier, I got to let you know. If you get into a fender bender, especially if you're in the state of Florida, this is a no-fault state. So drive your stupid ass that got into your car that's hardly damaged into a fucking parking lot and figure it out over there. Why you got to sit here in the 3 lanes of traffic and make every damn person behind you late for work because you're worried about your $200 fender? Like, bro, get over yourself. First off, their insurance not going to pay for it most of the time. This is a no-fault state. What that means is your insurance is going to pay for that shit. So drive your little happy ass into one of these parking lots and settle it there. Don't nobody care. Better yet, get a dash cam if you're that damn cheap. If you're so cheap, you can squeeze a nickel. You can squeeze a nickel and make the buffalo shit. All right? That's my 2 cents when it comes to fender benders and then taking up the whole road. Let me know. Let me know if anybody agrees with that. All right? I cannot stand it when people do that. And the other thing, when you're trying to pull into the left lane and somebody speeds up, that's another thing I can't stand. Oh, hold up. We got the police out here. Look at them. Hold up. Oh, I'm over here filming myself. She was out in the middle of the road, waving people left and right. I swear this better be the most serious accident. This better be the most serious accident ever for them to have parked a fire truck right in the middle of the road. So let's see what it do. Where's this accident gonna be at? You gonna let me over or you gonna be a dick? Let's see what he gonna be. Oh, he gonna be a dick. Yep. It's some chubby girl. She gotta go to the treadmill. Alright, so we have this going on here. So people can stand out in the road. You telling me people are standing out in the road? That's why we got a traffic jam? We got a traffic jam because people are standing out in the middle of the road. Sweeping up kitty litter. Not joking. That's what it looked like. Man. Hey, hold up. Why? Why is this happening? Okay, maybe it's more serious than it looks. Why is he carrying a baby seat? There ain't no baby in it, y'all. I don't really understand what's going on here. See, that's live, man. That's live. That's what happens. I don't understand. I mean, maybe that baby seat was in the back of a car. God, I hope no child is hurt. But there ain't no reason for this truck to be here still. Thank God there ain't no kid in that thing. But man, that's the traffic report. You guys have already seen, that's what's crazy in this town. You guys have already seen an accident, all right? And before the accident, you've seen a car get struck by lightning. And it really, can you imagine going out to your car? Can you imagine going out to your car to get into it and realizing, oh shit, it got struck by lightning again. Going to have to get a new car. And, being that the economy is motherfucked and everything is way more expensive than it should be. This is what's funny about this. If something like that happens to your car, now we know assets are going through the roof, right? Because they just keep printing money. So every time they do that, that means houses get more expensive, cars get more expensive, goods, services, everything gets more expensive. So what they're going to do, though, when your car gets exploded by lightning, they don't say, oh, Ed had this nice 2013 Toyota Tacoma that he loved that was never going to break down for another 50 years and it was never going to have a problem. They don't say, well, I know they're selling right now for $22,000 and that's what it would take for him to actually buy the same truck. They're going to look up at their little fake ass numbers and they're going to say, that truck was only worth about $6,000. Here you go, here's $6,000. You could just say, here, I'll give you $6,000 to go and buy me the exact same truck that I had. And they're going to tell you, fuck off. That's how it works. I raised the price of my haircuts last year, but I mean, we're going to have to keep raising it. I mean, especially if they're going to move minimum wage up and all this other stuff, like all my other bills are just going through the roof. So, I would hate to have to raise it beyond $40. I want to keep it affordable for when people want to bring their kids and, their families to the shop. I mean, our shop is built on that type. I'm going to have that happen. But at the same time, it's just, we are always like the last to move our prices up in the barber business, I swear. And people get so pissed when you do it. I remember we were cutting hair for $11.50 when I first started. Moving to 12 or $15, people were like, oh, the barber moved it up. Now let's go back to that time just for a second. When I was cutting hair for $11.50, minimum wage was $5 an hour. So for a single haircut, we were making double minimum wage. All right. So right now, minimum wage in this area, and I know it's not actual minimum wage, but the minimum price that you'll make in this area at practically every single business here, there's not a business here that will pay you less than $18 an hour. All right. So we got to make double that to be able to just stay on the same footing that we've always been on. And, you know, so we are charging $35. So we're $1 under already. So it should be $36 technically. So anyways, you know, that's kind of the way I look at it. Like whatever minimum wage is, the minimum price of a haircut should be double that. Because we didn't get into this business. Like we didn't go through all this trouble just to sit here and cut hair for absolutely nothing. Otherwise, wouldn't I have been better off just working at McDonald's? I mean, realistically. So it's got to be something special to be a barber, and you have to be able to make a decent living, you know? Especially now with the fact that, you know, when I did cut hair back then for $11.50, people didn't want a whole lot in their haircut. You know, they didn't really care that much. But now it's like, oh, I want my fade, I want my edge. Oh, you know, I just want to get a lineup, man. While I'm doing the lineup, hey, do you think you could take a little bit off the sides? Like, no, that sounded more like a haircut than a lineup. No, that's not a haircut, man. It's not a haircut. I just want you to fade the sides off. Like, bro, do you understand what that's going to take? What that's going to take to make that happen? What the hell happened here? Hold up, Jack. Brand new battery? But how did this fall out? Oh, well. We'll figure it out. All right, y'all. I'm going to plug in. I'm going to plug in my cameras and lock and load. And I'm going to put together a couple of videos today. And that guy that you've seen in traffic, his hair is a mother. It's a mother to film. Oh, shit, he got the handicap pass, too. He get to park right up front here. So his hair is really tough to cut. And I'm going to try to do it justice, man. I'm going to try to do it justice. I want to film that cut. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. And man, I got to cut the mullet a little bit, too. I need to fade up the sides here. Need to do it. So, all right, you guys. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Thank you so much for the support from yesterday. This is the YouTube Barber Academy. I'm Mr. Eddie Barber, and I'm out of here. Peace.